One of the most interesting things to monitor throughout an NBA season is the progress that the rookies are making as the year goes on, because they represent the next generation of talent, and this is their first taste of NBA competition. We've passed the halfway point of the season this year, and the rookies from the 2021 NBA draft have definitely been a fun group, and have shown tremendous upside. There's reason to believe that there could be several future stars, quite a few impactful role players, but also, unfortunately, there are a few disappointments. Which brings us to the topic of today's video. Just like we did in the first month of the season, we'll be going through the top 10 picks from the draft, and we'll be grading how the first half of their rookie seasons have gone so far, based on how they've performed compared to the expectations that they had entering the NBA with. Before we start, though, I want to thank Prize Picks for sponsoring this video. Prize Picks is the perfect service for all of us basketball fans here, because when you're involved, it makes watching games every night so much more fun and engaging. Basically, it's an application that provides you with lines on all kinds of individual player props, such as points, rebounds, and assists, and you simply have to choose whether you believe they will record over the set amount in the line or under the set amount in the line. Make your selections, wager however much you want to, and if your picks hit, you can win some big money. For some picks I'm looking at making for tonight's games, I'm thinking of going with Bradley Beal to score over 22.5 points, Steph Curry to make more than 4 threes, and Kyle Kuzma to grab over 8.5 rebounds. If this sounds at all intriguing to you, then go use the link down in the description of the video to sign up today, and use promo code REFERENCE to receive a 100% deposit match bonus up to $100. Once again, thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring the video. Now let's get back into the topic at hand. Starting with the first pick from the 2021 draft, the grade for the Pistons pick Cade Cunningham's first half of the season is a solid A-. Cunningham struggled in the first month of the season, so between then and now, he's probably getting one of the biggest boosts in his grade, because since then, he's definitely settled in nicely and began to look like the player everyone expected him to be when he was taken first overall. In his last 22 games, he's averaging about 18 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds per game, while shooting 44% from the field and 39% from 3, so even though his early struggles are bringing down his season averages as a total, you can see clear improvement in his play over time. Next up is Jalen Green, who was taken second overall by the Houston Rockets, and his grade here is a C. Jalen Green was labeled as the best scoring talent in the draft at the time he was taken, which is why he went second overall, but needless to say, he's had a pretty inconsistent start to his career. After showing off his explosive bounce, ability to heat up and score from all 3 levels, and finish strong while playing in the G League last season, the hope was that his experience down there against professional competition would help make his transition smoother, yet he's experiencing plenty of the typical rookie inconsistencies as a score-first player. He's shooting just 38% from the field and 29% from 3, so even though he has definitely shown some promising flashes that Rockets fans should be excited about in the future, right now, he only deserves this as his grade. Next up is Evan Mobley, who the Cavaliers selected third overall, and the grade for the first half of his season is a strong A+. Mobley has been the best rookie so far this season, as his two-way dominance has immediately made an impact on his Cavaliers team. He's a big reason why they've gone from being one of the worst defenses in the league to one of the best defenses this season, because of his versatility on that end as both a rim protector and a pretty switchable player on the outside. Then offensively, he's averaging about 15 points per game, he works well in the pick and roll, and he's even displayed a promising 3-point shot that should continue to develop down the line. Overall, he's the current favorite to win the Rookie of the Year award, which seems easy enough to justify giving an A+ to. Next up is Scottie Barnes, who was taken 4th by the Toronto Raptors, and the grade for his first half of the season is another A. The top of this draft for the most part has been killing it this season, as it is proving to be one of the strongest draft classes we've seen in a while. Barnes was a head-scratcher of a pick to many at the time, myself included admittedly, but since then he's shut down any doubt about being one of the most well-balanced contributors in the draft class. Barnes is averaging about 15 points per game, using his strong, long frame and his quickness to maneuver his way to the basket and finish strong through contact. He's great in transition, he has awesome court vision for a forward, and he's already a solid defender, so if anything, the Raptors have once again nailed their pick. Up next is Jalen Suggs, who was taken 5th overall by the Orlando Magic, and the grade here is a C. Suggs has done some things well, such as improve as a defender as the year has gone on, along with converting on drives to the rim at a pretty solid rate lately, but overall his production has been fairly poor. Averaging just 13 points and 4 assists per game, he's also turning the ball over more than 3 times per game, he's shooting an abysmal 36% from the field and 24% from 3, and after being a player who was supposed to be one of the most NBA ready in the class, he's been one of the ones struggling the most. Next up is Josh Giddey, who the Thunder took with the 6th pick, and the grade for his season halfway through is a B. Giddey gives viewers a wild ride filled with entertainment, as he really excels in some areas of the game, while struggling kind of hard in others. His court vision and passing talent are so clearly ahead of the pack for a rookie, and his size as someone capable of being a primary ball handler gives him a big edge, but his struggles as a scorer, both from 3 and even inside, limit his upside a little bit. He became the youngest player to ever record a triple-double, which is pretty amazing, but all in all, a B seems about right for what he's done so far. Up next is Jonathan Kuminga, who was taken 7th by the Warriors, and his grade so far is a C-. Kuminga's in a different kind of role than most of the other rookies that we've discussed, as he's on a legitimate contender, on a very short leash. He's had a few breakout performances this year where his raw athleticism and defensive potential have shined, but Steve Kerr tends to bench him quickly if he makes a mistake or two, so his minutes have fluctuated. He's had good moments, he's had bad moments, but because of how limited his runtime tends to be, it's hard to give him that good of a grade. Up next is Franz Wagner, who was taken 8th by the Magic, and the grade for him is another strong A. If you asked the average fan to pick who they thought would be the most likely to be a bust from the top 10 of the draft when it happened, Wagner probably would have been one of the most popular answers, so the fact that he is now cementing himself in the Rookie of the Year race is quieting so many doubters. He's demonstrating a far more advanced ability to create offense for himself than initially advertised, and he's scoring about 15 points per game because of it, so the Magic definitely did pretty well with this pick. Up next is Davion Mitchell, who was selected 9th by the Sacramento Kings, and the grade for his season so far is a C+. Mitchell was drafted this high because of his lockdown defense, and he's definitely brought that lockdown defense as a rookie. His grade would be higher, but unfortunately offensively, he's going through a lot of the struggles that most rookie guards go through, with inconsistencies shooting the ball and making a few dumb mistakes here and there that young players typically work through over time. So overall, he gets a C+, but has shown terrific upside. And finally, the last pick in the top 10 was Ziaire Williams by the Grizzlies, and his grade is a C. Williams was a pretty questionable pick at the time, and he still has a long way to go, but over his last few weeks, he's actually began to make an impact on the Grizzlies with his off-ball movement, cutting to the basket, and catching lobs around the rim, running in transition, and playing good defense too. He's still very raw as a player, and his shooting hasn't been great, but I will say that he's showing some good signs of improvement lately, so his grade got bumped up from a D to a C since last time. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below how you would grade the seasons that these players are having. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.